influenza is often at the forefront of conversations in the winter, but there's another virus that many people don't know as much about. It's actually called RSV, and is a common virus often mistaken as the common cold that nearly all babies get by their second birthday. I'm with Dr. Carolyn Clear and parent advocate Lindsay Mathis to discuss the differences between the flu and RSV and to share a simple checklist to help protect your family against these common viruses. So, Dr. Clear, can you tell us a little more about these common viruses that often hit during the winter months?
Sure. As you mentioned, one of the most common ones that we see this time of year is the influenza or flu virus, which currently, per the CDC, is at epidemic levels across our country. But we're here to make sure parents are aware also of RSV, as you mentioned. This is a very common virus this time of year that a lot of people are not aware of. Unfortunately, it can cause up to 125,000 pediatric hospitalizations per year and up to 10 times the amount of deaths that the flu virus can cause each year. Up to 1/3 of mothers are not aware of RSV, so we want to be sure that they're aware that it's out there and it can be easily mistaken for the cold or flu.
And Lindsay, can you share a little bit more about your personal experience with RSV?
I can. Unfortunately, both of my children contracted the RSV virus. My older son, who's 4 now, was 4 months at the time. He started with cough, congestion, and wheezing. We took him to see Dr. Clear, who our pediatrician was at the time, and she recommended that we take him to the emergency room where he did test positive for RSV. He was able to come home with us because we called it early enough, but he did come home on nebulizer treatments. But then my other son, who's now 12 months, a couple of months ago when he was 8 months, did also contract RSV. He had a little bit more severe case, was admitted to the hospital for 3 days on oxygen, nebulizer treatments, and steroids. And both of the boys now still have to take their inhalers and their nebulizers when they start coughing and wheezing, so it doesn't get to that point again where we would have to go back to the emergency room.
And that's got to be a scary experience as a parent.
It's very scary.
So, Dr. Clear, what can parents do to help prevent this from happening to them?
Well, definitely prevention is critical. That's why we want to make sure that parents realize that if it's more than just the common cold, if they develop more severe respiratory symptoms such as wheezing, gasping for air, trouble breathing, if the child, turns blue around their mouth or fingernails, or if they have a very high fever, or if they're excessively tired or lethargic, these are signs that it's more than just the common cold, that things are getting more serious, so they need to seek medical attention right away. We also want to make sure that parents are keeping up with their recommended well visits with their pediatrician so that if they have any questions or concerns regarding RSV or any other common viruses this time of year, they can ask their pediatrician. It's really important that they also talk to their pediatrician about any recommended vaccines, such as the flu vaccine, especially this time of year.
And Lindsay, from another parent's perspective, what advice do you have for other parents?
I think cleanliness is a big portion of it. You want to make sure everything that your child comes in contact with is clean, from their bedding, blankets, pillows, to toys, bottles, cups, pacifiers. And you want to make sure that everyone washes their hands before they touch your children. If your child is sick, don't send them to school. Leave them home with you. Don't send them to daycare. Try to keep them home until they're feeling a little bit better, and then you can go back to school or daycare. But they need to be at home if they're not feeling well.
I'd like to thank you both for your time. Is there a place that the viewers can go for more information?
Sure, absolutely. They definitely can talk to their pediatrician, as we've been stressing, but they can also go to a great website called rsvprotection.com. It's got a lot of great information for your viewers.
All right, thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
You too.
Thanks.